Hello again, YouTube. Truth Man here. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping on Subjects channel. We getting back to our money talks. Getting back to our money talks. I want to talk about anytime. So I've been watching a lot of money videos, and anytime I come across something that it gives me ideas, I say, man, I'm gonna make a video about this. Because sometimes, like when I watch videos, I'll like combine what I hear or see if I can combine like what I hear on the videos. And yet we making another car video, y'all. Guess what? Another car video. Another informative car video. But nonetheless, when I see stuff, I say, you know what, I'm going to talk about this. I think we can combine what these dudes are saying. So they have a budget, I'm talking funny, my lips practically froze, / money management, where they call it the envelope strategy, envelope method. Some people call it the envelope method. Some people call it the envelope strategy. And I think that like categorizing your savings on a list and then listing those on envelopes would be easier for people to have a harder time saving. What do I mean by this? Now, your obstacle may come in because these people at these banks and these check cashing places and these places, they just, like, y'all know, I just made a video on how I just like some, it's getting harder and harder, off subject on subject, to listen to like 80s music and 90s music, because I always be thinking like, man, those was good times, man. Like, man, those was good times. Because of how people act now. They unfriendly, they aloof, they distant. Sometimes it's good to be that way, but not all the time. You telling me you don't know nobody that's cool? Come on, man. I know plenty of people that is. And so it makes it a little harder because of how these people are. Like they don't want to do what they gotta do, yet alone something extra. So like, but to do this, you gonna have to, like, if you got a traditional bank, you're gonna have to ask for your money a certain way. Or you just, if you keep your money on cards, you just have it categorized. Okay, this much of it is for this much of it is for this, and you keep track. Go get you a notebook or a receipt book or something, and you keep track. If you making less money or you have a harder time saving, I believe this will be much easier for you. So what you do is, everything you want, you put it in a category. So I think this will be easier for people who have a harder time, who make less or have a harder time. What you do is you categorize. You put a category, you get you a couple boxes of envelopes, you put a category, and you decide based on your free pay frequency how much you're gonna put towards that each time. So we know, and I'm gonna talk about maybe tomorrow, the 2740. If you say $27.40 on average by the day, you'll have $10,000 at the end of the year. And listen, $10,000 is not a small piece of change. Like, it seemed like it is because y'all compare yourself to each other. But the average person, if they sitting on $10,000 in cash, they pretty much is in a, you got your emergency fund, you got your expenses for a couple months, most people. You're in a pretty good position. But like we always talk about, it's all about consistency. So you categorize your wants and cosmetics, like what you gonna do for getting your teeth fixed, haircuts, this, that, and the other. Like I said, I'm gonna be doing a whole lot more in this year when it comes to that. But like, let's say the stuff you want. You say, okay, I want to buy 2 pairs of shoes per month. So you get paid every week. You say, you put 2 in parentheses, and you put shoes next to it, and then you calculate how much you're going to pay for those shoes. So if 2 pairs of shoes for you, I don't think no grown man should have all tennis shoes. Like, maybe get you a pair of tennis shoes and a pair of casual shoes, depending on what season it is. You always want to, I would say, you want to get the season you in, and then next time start getting for the next season. So let's say you get a pair of tennis shoes and a pair of boots. So okay, I'm gonna pay $350. So that means $350 you gonna have to put up. Now everybody calling me now, but I don't know who this is. Now you're gonna have to put up, like, what is it, $87 a week. So you get your envelope, shoes, write shoes on it, $87. This is why I say you're gonna have to go to the bank or something and ask them, tell them like, okay, I need 200s, 350s. You gonna have to do that kind of stuff. But you're going to have to base it on your savings. So one category, you got your wants. You might have to, depending on how much you make, you might have to stretch it out 2 months. You say, okay, just say, I'm going to get a pair of tennis shoes every month. Because you want to put your savings for the future in the front, and your savings in case of emergencies. So shoes is not the most important thing. It just depends on how much you make, I guess. Let's say one pair, you say, okay, $175. Always put up over that. So you put up $50 a week. When you get the 200, you go get the pair of shoes. Or if you use your debit cards and stuff, the 200, when you're ready to make a purchase, you just put it back in your bank account, or leave it in the bank account, depending on how you do it. And you got the money for that. Now let's say your future savings, you say, okay, well, I want to save 20% for my future. Just straight cash, 20%. So if you make $1,000, that's $200. So you put $200 bills, 450s, or 1020s in there. I would mix it up so when you look at it, you seeing it get bigger, and it's doing something to you. It's gonna motivate you. I'm telling you, seeing money motivates you. That's why I don't see why all these people just doing all this card stuff. This what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna build up my cash in the bank, but I'm gonna build up, and then that's when I'm gonna start getting those other cards and stuff like that, those credit cards. Cause like, everybody ain't making money from talking about hello. Like, I want to have a mix. I want to have a lot of cash But I want to have like a couple credit cards and money on a debit card. Because like if you go, like let's say I go to Fleming's over there in Brookfield Square. That's a high-end steak restaurant. I mean, you can pay in cash, but it looks more professional if you pull out a card and pay for your meal. And people like that place, like when you go up in there, everybody be looking. Everybody be looking. That's why they made it where like gigs, you can't just walk up in there no more. I think they bring it outside now because the gig dudes was going in there. Like one time, I think I had on a jogging suit when they first started taking it. I don't even know if they own DoorDash no more. When they first started taking gig, I went up in there with a jogging suit and I saw dudes playing with their cufflinks, doing all this. They looking at me like, who is this dude? He out of place. So, yeah, man, I go in there, I'm gonna have a two-piece on with a nice hat, couple jewels, shine shoes, and I'm probably gonna whip out a card. But your bills, okay, you add up your bills. Remember, people get in trouble because they don't budget based on their pay frequency. Like you getting paid every 2 weeks, you supposed to be putting up, like if your rent, like let's say your rent $1,400, you get paid every 2 weeks, you're supposed to be leaving $700 in there and then doing it again. I'm telling you, man, I ain't ashamed to admit, times I got in trouble, I learned this is what I should have been doing. This is what I should have been doing. You have your money you save, you have your money you budget for your wants. You know, I don't believe in minimalism. I don't. I think it's pointless. You're not living life. Like, you're not enjoying life. Just like I don't believe in using all your money to pay off your debts. I don't believe in that. Like, you pay off your debts over time. You enjoy your life in the meantime. I don't believe in that. Like, and I don't see why he took, like Dave Ramsey, some of the stuff he's saying is good. But he lost me with the gold thing. Like, to this day, he annoys me with that, man, because that's when gold was, when people were first starting to talk about it more, and it was only like 200 an ounce. He was like, I was like, you know what, man, I should try to buy me an ounce every month. But I used to listen to him every day, and so he was talking against it back in 2001, and I ended up not, you know. It's like, dude, that's major. Like, nobody's gonna be right about everything, but that was major to me, him being wrong about gold. Now, what is gold now? Like 1,800 an ounce. Imagine if I just was loading up back then. That was bad. So, clothes, shoes. Really, you should put clothes and shoes together. Bills, another category. You put all your bills down there, how much you need to put up for each one. Really, when you're doing gig, you really shouldn't. If you, what gets us in trouble, us gig workers, we can get paid every day. Is we just, that money being at your disposal every day, people just be spending reckless, buying stuff they don't even want, don't even need. And then when your bills come around, I had to stop doing it, man, because you start playing catch up, and boy, you'll be working every day. You ain't gonna have that freedom that it's supposed to give. So, you categorize it. Put those on envelopes. And then I would say the envelopes, each category, you just separate it, like maybe in a plastic bag. Your wants category, your bills category, your future savings category, all of your savings. Like I said, I'm gonna be doing all the stuff I'm talking about in this year. You know, my situation is a little different. This is why I tell y'all, don't be trying to pay all no bills, man. All this how high this stuff is, don't pay all the know that none of these bras bill. There's too many women out here for that. And it's women out here that'll deal with you and don't even have to be in the house with you. I don't believe in that no more, man, because I struggled for years, man. Years trying to do that. And this is why you struggle. Everything that happened take you backwards. Then you dealing with recession. We had that lockdown where, yeah, we had hazard pay from the job, but it's like everything is locked down. So the stuff was just different. Then you had all of these inflation, how they raised the price of everything, man. Shout out to my landlord, man. 'Cause yeah, he was raising his price, but he didn't get outrageous with it, or they. And they really, you know, through tough times, they really worked with me and stuff, and I always came out on top, and I'm always gonna come out on top. So, yeah, I just wanted to bring that up for y'all, man. I gotta get to it, man. Gotta get to it. Even if you gamble, right? I will put that in the category. Like gambling savings, because the people, I'm finna show you something. The people that do the best with gambling are not impulsive. They plan it out. Like they had a bankroll, right? Whether it's fantasy leagues, whether it's casinos, whether it's whatever. They had a bankroll in order. Them the ones that be more successful. Sports gambling. Instead of people that just grab some money and just go try to play something and then you lose. Where if you planning it, you saving the money, you like, okay, well, I'ma save up this amount and then I'm gonna start doing this. You could practically make a living out of it. You do it that way. But people just more impulsive, man. Then you're not gonna win every time, especially with that lotto. They're gonna make sure you don't. So you gotta plan it out. You gotta plan it out. We got more videos to come. Stay tuned.